Hey everybody, welcome to the Online Teaching Show. So glad you're here. If you are watching live, as you might see on the right-hand side, you're welcome to say hello in the chat. Let us know where you're tuning in from. It's always cool to see the international online teaching audience that we have. And Colleen was first, so hi Colleen, good to have you. And I am that somebody, you are here as well. Hello, hello. Hey Katie, tuning in from Japan, always good to have you. Great. And we've got Nakario. I'm going to butcher the rest of your name, but welcome. Where are you tuning in from? And Christine is here as well. Good to have you. Cool. Colleen, you're in South Africa. Awesome. So a lot of the shows that I've done on the channel relate to online teaching companies or teaching independently. And I love to interview teachers that have had success in different ways with independent teaching, whether it's, maybe moving students from a platform to be able to teach them privately, or they've maybe done some marketing on their own on social media to attract and find students, which is always really exciting. Putting all those in place can be sometimes challenging, and it can be a little bit overwhelming and confusing at times. So one of the things I did last year, excuse me, was to create a mini course around independent teaching and helping teachers to teach their students privately. Hang on one second. Got a little cough there. So, and it's been really amazing to watch teachers go through my program and realize their potential to charge what they're worth and to be able to teach their students privately and put all the different pieces together, like curriculum and payment and choosing the platform that they're going to teach on, and sort of figure out how to launch with their students and how to market their classes and how to grow their student base. And I've had nearly 300 teachers go through the course now. And one of the things I really love to do is bring several of them on the channel and to talk about, where they were before the course, how the course helped them, and to talk about where they are now. And the reason why I'm doing it this week is that launch is going live again for the 5th time on August the 1st. So that is on a week from today. And I've got a little ticker banner at the bottom at onlineteacherdude.com/enroll. You can go there and learn more about what we're going to cover in the 2 weeks together. I've got 5 modules, about 21 lessons, and 3 group calls, as well as an accountability partner, a supportive community to help you and cheer you on as you make the decisions and take action steps towards starting your business. So if that's something that you're interested in, if you've been sort of sitting on the fence with the idea of independent teaching, I would invite you to check out the link below there. It's also linked in the description of the video. If you're on Facebook or on YouTube watching, you can click that and check out more about what is going on inside of the course and what we're going to be doing over the next 2 weeks. So you have until Friday night at midnight to purchase the course. And so you've got a few days to think about it, and feel free to reach out to me if you've got any questions about that. So again, it's at onlineteacherdude.com/enroll. And I've got 4 teachers who have graciously given up their time today to chat with us about their online teaching journey, where they're at now. And I'm going to bring them up. If they're all ready, give me the thumbs up, ladies, and we will get started. Okay, cool. Mary's ready, and Angie. Let's bring you guys all up. Theresa and Laura. Hello, hello, everybody.
Hello. Hi. Hello.
Okay, I'm going to play around here with the little, hey guys, play around here with the sizing of everything. There we go. Okay, so thanks so much again for coming on. I know a few of you were a couple of you were in the May course that we did, and then Theresa was one of my very first launch students back in November, and Mary was in the December one. So yeah, I'm excited to just chat with you guys about tell us a little bit about your online teaching journey, maybe the course aside, sort of where you are right now with online teaching, maybe if you were with a company, that type of stuff. How about Mary? Are you able to go first there?
Sure. Yeah. I started with VIP Kid in 2017, and I was fully booked. I got to the point where I was teaching 70 classes a week. And in 2021, I went from having a monthly income of about $4,000 a month to about $100 a month. And it was a shock to my system. I gave it to the end of the year to try to figure out what to do. And my daughter convinced me to try to be a teacherpreneur. She said she knew that it was really what I liked to do. And she thought I had the skills to do it. I wasn't so sure.
Cool.
And
you doubted
then
yourself.
Big time. And then I took your course. I took it online first in December. The December course I started January 1st. That was my target. And so in January, I took your December course, no, the November course, and then I took the February course as well.
Yeah, so you were kind of a unique. You didn't do it live with us, but one of the things that I don't mention about the course is that even though we do it live, technically for those couple of weeks, you do have lifetime access to all the lessons.
Yes.
So if it's something that you need to go through at your own pace, I know that not everybody's necessarily available all the time during those 2 weeks, but yeah, so you made it work for you, and you went through it in January, and then So where are you at right now? What are you doing?
I have 18 private students. Wow. And full disclosure, I'm still with VIP Kid because there was 1 or 2 students that I was still teaching at the end of the year, and they've sort of just trickled along with me. And I'm picking up a few there, but that's not my income. My primary income now is my private teaching students.
Okay, so you're doing a little bit with VIP Kid, but you're
yeah.
That's so amazing, because I think I like to talk about, the stable income being maybe what you can rely on. And before it was VIP Kid, but now it's completely switched to being your private students. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks for sharing, Mary. We'll pop over to Angie. What's your online teaching journey been like?
So I have been self-employed for over 30 years. I'm an in-home daycare provider. And so then we got COVID from one of the kids. And so I said, no more, let me go online. I've been teaching on Cambly for about a year, but the pay is not great at all. But I learned so much. For sure. I learned so much about my natural teaching abilities and teaching ESL from working with Cambly. So I'm very grateful. And I still teach on Cambly. And I said, wait a minute, I can make more money. There has to be a way to make more. I'm a good teacher. I love kids. I don't want kids in my house because I'm not trying to get sick again. There's got to be a way to do this. And then I came across your course, and it was, I highly recommend it. It's so thought out and so it talks you through everything step by step, and you take what you want and you leave the rest. So right now I've done almost everything on the list. I have 4 students, but I have them through Fiverr. I use the app Fiverr.
Okay.
So I have 4 students through there because I'm having issues with payment with Stripe.
Right.
I'm having Stripe issues. So I'm getting payment through Fiverr. So for now, that works fine.
Okay.
But I'm going to keep at it. I'm going to figure out how to fix that Stripe issue. And by the end of this year, I'm only going to be doing this. Yeah.
Good. And you just went through the course in May, right? Or June. Well, actually, it was more June. Yeah. So,
June.
Everybody's journey is different, and everybody, either might be find students quicker than others, or maybe it takes a little bit longer, and you kind of work through the website, the Stripe thing, and the, process. And it's okay. You set your own goals and what works for you. And so, but you're making progress. So you're still working with Cambly, but you've kind of got your eyes set, on the sort of independent route going forward.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Awesome, Angie. Let's go down to Laura. You were frozen there for a second. Tell us about your online teaching.
Better? Sure. I've been teaching online for over 5 years with Magic Ears VIP Kid Cambly. When they shut down, I'd actually gotten an email from one of the VIP Magic Ears students, the parent, to ask me to teach them online privately. And maybe she knew it was going to come down the line. I'm not sure. But then she had referred me to a friend too. So I have 2 private students, but I didn't know there was a such thing as going solo. I didn't know you could do this. I didn't know. So, and
Yeah.
I was actually headed toward medical coding. I took a course after everything shut down. I took a course on medical coding to try to go that route. And then I got the email about this, and that changed everything. So.
Wow, cool. So where are you at? What do you have? Do you have any students right now, or are you
3
still
right
setting?
now. I gained a student. I'm still in the process of setting everything up, but I did get a student already, another one. So
Cool.
yeah, I'm still going through all the lessons still, trying to
Okay, and I
get
mean,
all that
really,
together.
just starting with 1 or 2,
Mm-hmm.
is great. Like that's all you need to sort of get started, and
It
sometimes that can
was
really help you with
launching pad, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
And you're outside in a very beautiful, sunny Michigan day.
Yes, it's beautiful out, definitely.
Teresa,
So yeah,
can
that's
you
about it.
tell us a little? Thanks, Laura. Can you tell us a little
Sure.
bit about what you're up to?
Yeah, I've actually worked with VIP Kid 4 years this month.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it was my only income. So when I lost all my students, I decided I didn't want to go back to work at all. I wanted to stay
Yeah.
home, and I did not have an easy time.
Yeah.
I didn't, and my students who I left VIP Kid with were junior high students who aren't really great candidates for private lessons because so I keep in touch with them, but they're not interested in classes.
Uh-huh.
So I ended up going with All School. I completed 5-week courses with All School.
Wow.
That's a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, that is a lot.
So, and I've submitted 2, and I actually have my first All School student in the morning.
Okay. Wow.
And I had my first 2 private students. They were actually the younger siblings of a VIP Kid student I had since my first contract. And I had a few lessons with them, and they opted out because of payment.
Okay.
So, yep, they're in Hong Kong, and apparently there are restrictions in Hong Kong about payments. So they got frustrated, and I offered to keep working with them until we could find something, and they declined. So
Okay.
So that's where I am.
So, I think a lot of times I've talked about like using the marketplaces as sort of stepping stones to going independent. And sometimes it's not a bad idea to, to sort of get your footing with platforms like All School, because they can be really helpful as you get started. We lost Laura here, but I'm just going to see if she's back there. Okay, she's loading. I'll minimize her until I see her in the camera there. So Theresa, are you what are your goals like moving forward with things?
You know what I think I'm going to do? I tried to market some of the courses that I created here domestically in homeschool groups, but that went nowhere. It didn't. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to submit the courses I've created to All School this week and try to keep teaching there. I think that I've been working with Chris and Kinga to try to work on my Xiaohongshu
Great
profile. And actually, initially, I had taken some of my videos off WeChat that I'd posted on WeChat and put them on Xiaohongshu. And they told me, and one thing I forgot to do was I forgot to take my WeChat code off. And they said I may be under a shadow ban from that. So
yeah.
So it's just I just keep working every day. I just keep moving.
Mhm.
That's the best thing you can do. And really, when you look back, like, you might think that you're not making massive progress, but in a month's time, you look back and you're like, man, I put these classes together. I did this. I figured out this, and it really will eventually come together. As long as, like you say, you just keep moving forward. So that's awesome. Good for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we've got some questions coming in, but I wanted to ask about, Katie is right. Hong Kong students can pay via Wise. I had a Hong Kong student for about 6 months, and they transferred money to me through Wise as well. So with Hong Kong students, you don't have to worry too much about the WeChat Pay and Stripe stuff. I wanted to ask you about the course specifically, and maybe one or two things that it helped you to overcome, or where you made the most progress in. Like, everybody comes in with different struggles, different needs, those types of things. Does anyone want to run with that question and answer that for us? Like, where did how did the course help you overcome things or make progress?
I can start if you'd like.
Sure, Mary. Yeah.
When I took your course, I was going off in all different directions on everything. I didn't know how to get payment. I didn't know whether I needed a website. I didn't know what curriculum to use. I had convinced myself that I needed to develop my own curriculum. And for me, the course was excellent in sort of putting blinders on, and helped me realize that I don't have to explore all of the different options for all of the different things, because you and your course have already done that for me. So I don't have to research all of the payment options. I don't have to decide what curriculum. I don't have to make my own curriculum. I can use a filtering device to figure out what curriculums to use. So that's where it was best for me, and it helped me put my big girl pants on and just decide that I could do it.
Can I ask you some specifics? Like, what are you using for? So can you talk about what you charge?
Yeah, I charge. I like to hit around $50 an hour, so $25 a 25-minute class. However, I charge in RMB. I just wanted, so it fluctuates a little bit.
Me too. I have to do that as a Canadian, just with the way that the invoices don't allow me to invoice with a Canadian bank. But yeah. So anyway.
Yeah. I wanted to make it easy for my parents. I didn't want them to feel like booking with me was going to be such a huge risk. They were already worried about the platform we were going to use and things like that. So I charge $50 an hour.
Okay. And what curriculum are you using?
Right now I'm using Abridge. Thank you.
And
yes, I know. And I'm also using Kid Inspire.
Okay.
And I sort of augment that with other things that I find online. I like my niche, I think, is sort of bespoke classes. Like, I try to find the weaknesses my students have and then build the curriculum sort of around them.
Wow, wonderful. Yeah. Amazing. Yeah. Payment. Someone says, is Wise easy for teachers? Yes, Wise is easy for anybody to use. And, especially if your students, you get a bank account you can have in different currencies, and you can receive funds directly into that. So it is really nice, and really low transfer fees as well. Bishop of Bath and Wells, I've been using PayPal, but now where I am, I won't be able to use it soon. Okay. Yeah, that happened to me in Thailand. I cannot use PayPal anymore, but they charge a lot, so it's not a terrible thing. Angie, what about you? How did the course help you? Where were you before? What sort of big struggles did you overcome?
Well, like Mary, I was all over the place. And so it really helped me to focus and give me daily goals. Like, one of the things that you said that was so helpful is it takes the time and write it in your calendar and set that time aside every day to do this. And I literally did that. It wasn't the 2 hours that you recommended. It was about 45 minutes to 1 hour, but I did that consistently every day. My family thought I was inside doing Cambly, but I was not. I was working on doing other things, and that was very helpful. And the affirmation that you gave, you said you don't have to do all of this all the time. You can take the baby steps. You can go at your own pace. That was very comforting for me.
Good.
So that those two things especially were very helpful, and all the information. I didn't have to go looking online, even though I enjoy doing that, but I didn't have to go looking online. I got some your ideas on what we should use for curriculum and platforms, and I tested those out, and I found the things that I liked, and
That's wonderful. I mean, there's a expression, I think it's Marie Forleo, says everything is figure outable. I think it's a book as well. And really, everything really is figure outable. And in today's world, you can go on YouTube and research everything and find out everything. But sometimes it helps to have, sort of a roadmap and have it all kind of in one area. So that's what I tried to do with the course. But yeah, and if you still need help with different things, there's ways of figuring that out, and hopefully you feel empowered that you can do that on your own now. Theresa, what about you? Where I know you're kind of still with the marketplace with All School and stuff, but what did you get done through the course?
Well, initially, what I started, the part of the course that I really learned first was posting videos on WeChat. Because after VIP Kid, I decided that I wanted to go kind of the content creator route. So I really picked up on that, and I started posting. I think I posted 7 5-minute videos on WeChat, which
wow,
that's
a lot. Yeah, good for you.
Thank you. So that's what I started with. The course was really overwhelming to me at first. Like I said, I didn't have students. I didn't really have any ways to access them. So it's been kind of unfolding for me this year. I've been taking what I started and kind of wrapping it together.
Right.
And putting it together into my business. So I keep integrating new pieces into it. Like I just integrated the Canva. During the past 2 months, and I just created my own teacher logo, and I created that in Canva, and I don't have my website anywhere close to up and running yet, but I'm working on it, and maybe I'm taking the long route because I'm creating my own classes and I'm creating my own content, but I have a lot of content.
Yeah, you're doing great. And you'll revert back to, aspects of the course as your business evolves, and maybe as you start getting students privately, certain things will make sense, and we'll have maybe already created things for your business right now that will become really easy to just implement when you are, if going fully independent is what you want to do. So
yes, and I'm working with Kinga and Chris hopefully this week to
awesome,
get more into the Asian market, which is what I want to do. It's just it doesn't work that easily for everyone, unfortunately.
That's right, totally. And don't compare yourself to others and other success, because we all have our own individual successes, and yours might just come in a different form and at a different time, and that's totally okay as well.
Yeah, I really miss getting up. I miss so much get married. I think what you did was so. I wish I know how you did it. I really miss those early morning classes with my students. I want it back so badly.
I had to keep early morning. That's why I couldn't get a real job. I'm a caregiver for my for my sister, and I have to keep my days free. So I love the early mornings.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what are your, let's maybe end with what are your goals coming up with your businesses? Are you, maybe start with Mary, where are you
Okay.
wanting to kind of maintain, or what's on the
I
horizon?
want to maybe get up to 20 to 25 students. But
Yeah.
I love that it's in my control. If I want students, I put stuff out to my parents, or I market myself. I didn't want to start with like 10 and then have another
Right.
new 5, because I still feel that I am forming my systems. I'm not on a conveyor belt of teaching right now. I'm still changing things so I can meet my students' needs and meet my own needs. And that's why your course is good too, because I can go back and review some of this stuff and find other options or things that other people have used that I've forgotten about. Also, following your channel is really good, because you follow every sparkly thing and let us know whether or not it's good or not. So I don't have to wait.
That is true. Yes, I have shiny object syndrome, but I try to just be a resource of different
shiny
things
objects.
Of shiny. Yeah, exactly. That's what I should call my channels. Shiny objects.
So I'm happy to have the number that I have, and I probably can go to 20 or 25.
Cool. Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. What about you, Angie?
So I just ended my previous daycare business after 30 years. And so I'm looking to, get this ball rolling. And my goal is to be making the $45 an hour, having 20 to 25 students. I enjoy the early mornings, the early morning times, because I have a 1.5-year-old grandson. And I want to spend all my time with him.
Yes.
So I can teach in the morning and then play with him all afternoon. And
wonderful.
That's pretty much my
That's
goal.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. You'll get there. And what about you, Theresa?
My goal is definitely to get back to China and back to teaching students in China in those early morning hours. I want that so badly right now. And I hope to make that happen. And I really hope to get into the homeschool market here domestically, so I can work in the morning and then have some students during the day.
Cool.
So, and I'm working on creating my own kind of YouTube drawing videos. So my goal is to start a YouTube channel with drawing for kids.
Oh, awesome. Do it. You'll never regret it.
I'm
You'll
close.
Never regret it.
I'm really close.
Cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I look forward to seeing it. Christine says, would you say your students come from referrals, Xiaohongshu, or another source?
My students are from VIP Kid, and then from referrals or siblings of those students. Word of mouth, basically. Okay. I am on Xiaohongshu, and I was posting an idiom a day.
Okay.
Wow.
Don't do that.
No, it didn't really result in any new students. They
just lots of idioms.
Yeah, lots of idioms, lots of days.
Yeah.
So mine are all from previous contacts. Well, I can track them back to previous.
Yes, or through referrals of students. Yeah, what about you, Angie?
As I said before, I'm getting some students from Fiverr, but I'm trying to work on that app. That I cannot say that word. I'm trying to work on that app and the WeChat app to see if I can get some referrals, but I'm doing okay on Fiverr.
Yeah. And my students have all come from, they all came from the platform, about half of them, and then the other half were from referrals. So, once you get a little base going. Yeah, sure.
Referrals are really good because you can assume that your prices have been discussed.
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
And so I'm not afraid of them.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And I was sort of at a place where I thought, I don't really want any more, but I'm going to charge this price. And if they don't accept it, that's okay with me, because I'm full up anyway. But they've never said no because, as you say, they know that they know the numbers before they contact you usually. Yeah. And Theresa, you're on All School, so and you're going to be working on Xiaohongshu, right?
Yes. My plan is to start putting up some more videos this week, redoing them. Submitting my classes. All School is not great with bookings. Like I said, I just got my first student tomorrow. So it is. Yes, I actually got a request. I got a request in my email to open a class. So I was shocked.
Yeah.
I was shocked. So hopefully.
And how long did it take?
Well, I was with All School since March, and then I was opening slots, and they just weren't filling it, and they're not easy to close like it is with VIP Kid.
Yeah.
So you gotta kind of, it's nothing like working with VIP Kid. It's much more primitive. So I haven't been opening slots, so I don't know what will happen. I'm thinking maybe if I submit more courses, maybe it'll change my algorithm, and maybe I'll start to get more students. I don't know. So I just work every day and hope. And look they will come to me.
Look at what's doing well on the All School platform as well, and seeing how you can kind of fit your piece of the puzzle in there.
It's kind of that tension between being original. It's finding the spot between being original and not being original.
That's right. But it can still be original. It's just that, you want to give the audience what they're looking for. So if they're wanting classes, I know that ESL classes are doing really well on All School. So that's something to think about. Luke asks, I get asked this almost daily. What's the best company for brand new teachers? Should you try to work with a company before you try to go solo? The companies are just very slim pickings these days, Luke. Is it Luke? Yeah. So, I mean, I don't really do much with many of the companies at all, but Cambly's an easy one to get on with, fairly easy. And they always seem to be hiring. If you're really unsure of your online teaching and not sure how it all works, it can give you a little bit of experience. But I think, yes, going solo is a route you should be building for sure. Good advice here about Xiaohongshu. Detailed descriptions with lots of keywords. Yes, use niche hashtags and actively find your audience. So doing things like, thanks, Katie, doing things like searching for, things like the company names and things to find, people that are families that are still posting with those hashtags and commenting on those videos can be a good strategy. Let's see here. I think that's all the questions we've got. Thanks, Parker, for coming. And thank you, all of you. I really appreciate you, Theresa, Mary, and Angie. And Laura, I can't even bring you up because your device isn't connected. I'm so sorry you had Wi-Fi troubles. But did I cover everything? Was there anything else you wanted to mention about independent teaching, you guys? Or
I just wanted to say that I was pleased to come and talk about your course, because I think that it was the greatest thing I could have done for myself.
Yes.
Thank you, Mary, so much.
Yeah.
I really,
you focused
really
me.
appreciate
the course
that.
focused me so well, so that I was able to go and with confidence and start my own teaching business.
That's great. You're doing great, and you've got 18 students, so something's working for you.
Well, I honestly think it's your course, but
it
I'm
kind of made me
no
springboarded
money
you.
for this appearance. I'm not being paid for my appearance here on Tim's channel.
No, she's not. She's not. Thanks, everybody. Thanks so much for coming. Have a wonderful rest of the day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks again, Theresa,
Bye.
Angie, Mary, and Laura. Great. Thanks, guys, again for coming. If you've got any questions about independent teaching, I'm doing a Q&A tomorrow in my Facebook group, which is Going Solo Independent Teaching. It is this one right here. And you're welcome to join us. The event is in there that you can join. I'll also be streaming it on YouTube, and I'll be going into a little bit more behind the scenes of the launch course, which I'm so excited about, is happening again on August the 1st, which is next Monday. So the doors close for purchasing on Friday, and you can grab the course now. You'll get an email right away explaining how everything works, and then we'll be on our group calls next week, so you can join or watch the replays and go through the modules and lessons as they're released. I really take you from not knowing where to start, not knowing how to put things together, to at the end of the 2 weeks feeling confident with a roadmap and with resources to help you move forward in your independent teaching. And really, your success is my success. So I really want to make sure that you are that you're getting value from it, and that you are ultimately getting success from it. So check out onlineteacherdude.com/enroll. This week until Friday, the doors close. And so let me know if you have any questions. Really appreciate everybody being here, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day, whether you're teaching or taking a break and enjoying summer. Thanks for joining me on the show today. Take care, everyone.